Hello, this is Rakesh Rao from Design Sense Software Technologies. In this CAD Power video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the quantity takeoff tools in CAD Power. We are going to show you 3 drawings in which different workflows are presented. First, in this elevated drawing, you can see there are a number of blocks, and we are going to create a cost and quantity table out of these blocks. So we go to CAD Power, BOM, BOQ tools, BOM generator. The BOQ type is already set as multiple blocks by name, and the block names have been set, the cost has been set. So I click OK, select all the blocks, pick a point for the BOQ table. I enter the scale as 25, and you can see that the BOQ table has been created now. So you can see that the BOQ table has got the block name, description, quantity, unit cost and total cost. So this is one way how you can create your quantity table from your CAD drawing. So you need to have blocks which have distinct identifiable names, and then you can set identifiable descriptions. You can set a cost for each block, and based on the number of insertions of the block, the total cost can be computed. It also supports the composite blocks, which means if you have an assembly which contains many blocks, you can define that as a composite block and have the complete accurate quantities generated. In the next workflow, let us go to space planning. This is a drawing of an area which needs to be covered with tiles. So it's basically an architectural or construction related process. So we have defined the tile to be covered as a standard tile of 500 by 300, and the tile name is called tile 500 by 300. Once you cover this area with the tiles, it is easy to find the quantities. We go to BOQ tools, BOM generator, and the count scale factors is the workflow here. Click OK, select all these tiles, pick a point, specify the scale as 5, and you can see that the quantity table is generated. So I'm going to scale it down, and you can see the details here. The block name is the standard block name, and this block has been inserted at different scale factors. So you can see the different scale factors, and also you can see the quantities of each one of them. The standard size 500 by 300, there are 325 of them, and these are the other quantities. Cost has been set for some of the tiles, and you can see that when cost is set, you can get the total cost as well. Unit area also is computed. You can see that it is in square meter, because 490 by 300, this is millimeter. There has been a conversion in area units which is possible. You can also compute the total volume if you define the tile as a 3D tile, which is like a brick, or a hollow tile which has got a depth element to it, and from that you can calculate unit weight, total weight and the grand totals. So this is another workflow by which you can compute the quantities based on the scale factors. Now if you go to the folder, you can also see that it would have generated an Excel file which you can open up and view, and all the information that you see in the drawing is available here in Excel as well. The last workflow that we want to present is called linear quantities. So in linear quantities, we have linear elements like arcs, lines, polylines, splines and so on, and based on the length of the element you can compute cost or weight. So in this case you can see that the yellow lines are wires and the cyan lines are beams. So we have two linear elements, and we are going to compute the cost of, and we are going to compute the quantities. So these elements have already been tagged with the data, which you can check from entity data. So you can see that this is a wire which is of type PVC sheathed. It's got a cost of 12.5 per unit length and a weight of 475 per unit length, and the manufacturer is Suguna. And in this case it's a beam. You can see that the beam notation, the cost and weight per unit length are mentioned here, and the manufacturer as well. So once you have these information tagged in, you can generate the linear quantities, which is compute linear quantities. So we select the wires first, so go to wire info, select all of it. So you have the quantity table based on the material type, and you have the quantity table based on the supplier. You get total weight, total cost, total length, and the number of items in each one of them. This is exported to a CSV file as well, which can be directly imported to Excel for further computations as necessary. These tools work identically in AutoCAD as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know if you have any questions.